Hey guys, what's up? We are back in the soon-to-be Dungeon Strength RX media room looking at another training session. So I have admittedly gotten really behind on videos and just life in general recently, so this is actually from a few weeks ago, actually, exactly 2 weeks ago actually, because we're about to do the same training session today for the last time. So this was the end of my week 1 of like real worlds prep. When we were finally getting into more like specific event training. So today, or on this day, we had some bag throws, overhead medley work, stones, and then heavy squats at the end. So we're just getting warmed up here, training today with Lucas, who is also doing OSG. See him coming out of the back now. At this point, we're both just getting warmed up, but we have a lot of the same events today. I think the only difference is we're working with different overhead implements, but overall very similar sessions. So just getting warmed up. I did some knee rehab exercises, some band re-raises to open up the shoulders for bag throws, and some box jumps here. I did not get footage of my bag throws. We had some super top secret protocol that I was asked to not share, so that is not in the video, but we were outside for that first and then came inside for some overhead medley work. So Lucas is over there working on block press today, and I've got just the first 2 implements, barbell cleans into circus dumbbell. This event, the weights are not super heavy, so it's really going to be about speed and transitions and not fucking up. So we're not working with heavy weights today. We're only at about 80%, but just trying to figure out how I want to, where I want to save time. So on that first set, I kind of experimented with doing like a 1 motion clean into a press, and very quickly realized that that was not going to be doable at heavy weights. So the next thought was that I was going to work on just rebounding the clean into the dip and drive for the press. And it took me several sets to figure out that timing. You can't tell by watching it, but I was trying to figure that out the first couple rounds here, and it just took me a while to figure that out. But good news is that the weight's feeling light. Circus dumbbell feels really light. Again, I just really want to trim some time off of that. I want to try to work on taking less time to get it set in the rack position before going into my dip. But that's just going to take time and practice. There was the first set that I finally figured out that rebound. It didn't feel super smooth on that, but it did feel doable. So I am going to continue to work on that as the weight gets heavier. Hopefully it still translates. But then this is my last set here. We got that rebound again. And then, circus dumbbell's feeling pretty easy, just a little bit slower than I would like. But that's what we had today for overhead work. All right, then we moved on to some stones. So we both had an 8 rep max today. And I'm not sure about Lucas, but this was kind of my first real stone training session back. We had some extensions, I believe, the week before this. Pretty light with no tacky. So this was the first time like actually really getting back into some real weights, some big kid weights, and actually doing like the full event style training. And it was really fucking hard. But like I said, we both had an 8 rep max. Lucas went first. It is really helpful to have a training partner that is A, training similar events as you, and B, is better than you at some events. So Lucas is really, really good at stones. So it's helpful to watch and learn and try to implement things that I see him doing that work well when I go, because some of the things that he's really good at, I struggle with. So just because you're resting in between sets doesn't mean that you should not be doing something productive. And I like to take that time if I'm by myself to watch my own videos, but even better if I'm with a training partner that does something really well, it's helpful to watch them. So taking a look at, well, he's gonna take a break now, but taking a look at Lucas's stone loads, 2 things that he does really well on the pick. He stands up really long, so he gets it completely past his knees before going into the lap. He doesn't do that like get it just barely to the kneecaps and roll it into position that I have a habit of doing, so that's a good thing to try to emulate. He's also really good at staying on his heels longer, so see that as he extends up, initially his heels stay planted until that last little bit of extension, which is admittedly another thing that I have a really hard time with, and you'll see that when we get to my set. But again, it's helpful to have a training partner that you can see those positive things and try to emulate yourself. So I messed up on my stones. A couple things, one that was avoidable and one is just something I need to work on. I didn't go into this set prepared. I had initially thought I would just do a single rep here as my last warm-up to feel out the weight. And then last minute just decided that if it felt good, I might as well just go for the full set of 8. Problem is that I did not tacky appropriately for that. So I did not have enough tacky and I didn't have any extra tacky the way that I normally would for a high rep set like this. So I very quickly ran out, as you can see happening here. So this set ended up being really frustrating just because I made a mistake that could have been prevented. And it made the set take a lot longer than it should have. But we live and learn. I'm also having a really hard time figuring... But you can see some of the things that I struggle with. Watch this next rep. After I tacky again. But like I said, things that I struggle with that I'm working on is completely clearing my knees off the ground and keeping my heels down longer. So things that I need to work on regardless. Also things that when I'm not sticking to the stone very well get even worse, because if I'm not sticking to the stone, I want to roll it into my lap sooner so that I'm not actually having to hold it. And if I'm not sticking to the stone and it's feeling like it's slipping down, my tendency is to want to get my hips under sooner, which causes me to come to my toes sooner, which does limit my extension. So something that I just personally need to work on from a physical ability standpoint, but also something that I think figuring out my tacky will help. And then at the end of this very long workout, we had a bunch of squats. I think Lucas had different accessories than me on this, but this is the last thing that I've got. Just warming up at this point, but I believe what we had was 5 sets, 8 reps, 5 reps, 3 reps, 1 rep, and then an AMRAP. So I don't remember the weights on those, but we'll watch and remember. But heavy squats are something that we almost always keep in for the entirety of contest preps. Obviously we don't have a squat event, but being a strong squatter just carries over so well to everything really that we do. So I believe that was my last warm-up set. And then my first set of 8. Yes, this was my first set of 8 at 240. We put a lot of work on my squat, and really at the end of the day, like good days, bad days, I am really, really happy with my squat positions. Even on days that it feels heavy or the weight doesn't move well, I've done a really good job at perfecting my squat positions, and even if everything else goes wrong, that always looks pretty good. So my squats are feeling very leggy. My back doesn't hurt when I squat anymore, which is huge. I've not really had much reason to push for like max squat anytime recently, so I don't really know where I'm at there, but overall the movement feels strong, and I feel proficient at it, which is huge. I believe that last set was 280 for 5, and now we are at 325 for 3. Yeah, but super happy with how even as the weight's getting heavier, I'm slowing down. I'm obviously really, really tired. They're not starting to look like squat good mornings. They're not getting backy or like folding. So I'm really happy with these. This is my top set for the day. I believe we are at 370. So this is 370 for 1 rep. Beautiful. And then to end the workout, we brought it back down to 305. So this is 305 for an AMRAP at the end of all of that. And this was like an RPE 8 AMRAP, so it's like as many reps as possible, but not to failure. It was like ending with 1 or 2 reps left in the tank. I believe we ended with 10. So, and these, this very similar squat protocol we've had at the end of this workout the past couple weeks. I'll have it again today, and I think today we end up ending at 400. So we've had a very similar rep scheme with the weight going up slightly each time. So I think today I work up to 400, and then we'll have the AMRAP at like 350 or something like that. So that was the end of this day. We're about to go hit this session one more time before a deload next week. So as always, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions about anything that I did down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the videos. If you like it, I'd appreciate a like, a comment, a share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, hopefully sooner than another month.